Yep, bang, bang, bang.
When the radio's on and the sound is hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Atiawa Toa. All the best throwbacks.
Well, kia ora koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to Fraser Ballpark on day 3 of competition. It's a 2024 Men's Open Club National Championship. Apologies. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Be joined by Robbie Eastoe coming into the booth shortly. Let's have a look at the offensive lineup for Hutt Valley Marist batting here in the first innings. You see Christian McCulloch, Taylor Thompson and Lohman 1 to 5 in the order. The youngster Alexander Hall gets the start. Bronson Marino, Scotty Easope and P. Hoppy rounds out the batting order. Just moments away from the first pitch here on game number 49. The 1 o'clock feature match here at day 3 of competition. Floyd Nola gets us underway. And first pitch is just away outside the zone. Floyd Nola, an exceptional pitcher for Mount Albert Ramblers. Well, Ramblers, a storied history at the national tournament. They've won so many titles, looking to repeat this year. Nola with the option to try and get us underway here early in this one. 1-1 the count now. Swing and a miss over the top from Magnus Christen, the Danish import for Hutt Valley Marist. Next pitch, right on the outside edge. So that'll level the count here on the leadoff hitter from Hutt Valley Marist. Hutt Valley Marist, first time in the top 8 for over 11 years. So a big move and shaker on the national scene now, the boys from Hutt Valley. This pitch outside will fill the count. 3-2. Very proud club is Hutt Valley Marist. Club room's just over the back from Fraser Ballpark on the same sporting collective area. This one pops up and that'll fall in. And so a lead off a single here for Christian, gets them underway. Defensively for the Ramblers side, left to right in the outfield, Bennett, Rice and Clark. Hot corner, it is the Evans-a-thon, Reese, Cole and Brock at second base. Gerard at first base, backs early behind the dish, and it was Daniel Chapman listed as the starting pitcher. He will now flick back as the designated player takes over. That is Floyd Nola. Nola leans back. Tries to get down. Pick off attempt down to first base. They got him. Snap throw down to Brock Evans in the back door. Traps him and gets him good. See here on the Atiawa Toa FM replay. Max Early, his heads up play. Slaps the glove and a punch out by the first base umpire. Next pitch is a low lifter that comes through perfectly. Good umpiring crew in this one. Down at first base, Andy McManus, Gavin Shepherd over at third. Behind the dish, calling the balls and strikes, it's Melbourne's Richard Dodds. This one fouls off. Tom McCulloch continuing to work hard here, the second baseman. Nola steps back now. Inside drop ball. Just misses in there. There you can see Gerard, big grand slam the other day for Mount Albert Ramblers, the first baseman. A nice patch of form. This one pops up. Ranging over is Oscar Clark, and he can't quite make it stick. And a swing and a miss to pick up the strikeout in the second out. After the pick off for first base, we'll bring up the centre fielder now, Caleb Taylor. Nola leans back. First delivery drop ball inside that goes foul. Caleb Taylor, aka the Cowboy. Change of pace is good from Knowles. He just drops it on the bottom edge of the strike zone. 5 days of competition here is the National Club Championships. They're into the top 8 section. They had first 2 days of round robin play. As we see that one gassed on the outside edge. Nola revs it up just a little, and he'll set them down in order. Bottom of the first coming up next between Hutt Valley Marist and Ramblers.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting. Try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Weldtech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Welcome back under the shadow of the TV Avalon Studio Towers here in the Hutt Valley. Great to have you along here for day 3 action as we see Hutt Valley Marist taking on the Mount Albert Ramblers. Let's look at Mount Albert Ramblers batting order now. It'll be Oscar Clark leading off the right fielder. Brock Evans will follow lead off and second spot ahead of his brother Cole. At shortstop, Lewis Gerard with a big grand slam the other day. We mentioned he's hitting clean up today. Bradley Bennett, Reese Evans, Floyd Nola, Maddox Rice will bat before the number 9 hitter, the catcher. That is Max Early. Defensively for Hutt Valley Marist, they're good, they're quick, they're intelligent. Caden Alexander Hall at left field, Taylor at centre, Thompson at right field today. Hot corner third base, now it is Caleb P. Hoppy. Magnus Kirsten, the Danish player, he gets to start at shortstop. Tom McCulloch at 2, Bronson Marino, the veteran at first base. Scotty Esope, well, there's another veteran for you right there. He's behind the dish for the young Canadian under 18 national pitcher. Won the bronze medal in Hermosillo, Mexico last year for Canada. That is Nicholas Need. Bottom of the first innings, no score in it so far. Rise ball up top. Well, what type of pitcher is Nicholas Need? He's a good one. That's what he is. He's only a young fella, but plenty of velocity. Has both pitches up and down. Likes the rise ball, I guess, like all young pitchers. And this one will pop up. Off a drop ball this time. Ranging over to make the catch And can't quite get it the second. It'll bounce, though, into foul territory. Oscar Clark is off. There's a hesitation, the throw, and Clark will clean heel it into home plate. It's an in-the-park home run for Oscar Clark. Oscar Clark, one of the premier players at the moment around the country. We've seen his exploits at the NFC a couple of weeks ago. Simply outstanding. He gets them up underway here. 1-0 for Ramblers. Caleb Taylor, the centre fielder out there, watching on as Brock Evans will step in to go to work. Brock Evans has really turned the dial offensively for Mount Albert Ramblers' is playing, and we'll see as Gavin Shepherd, third base umpire, looks on. Don't mind me saying this, Brock Evans, but struggled to find the starting lineup for Mount Albert Ramblers. And then in the last year, on the back of a successful U23 World Cup campaign for New Zealand, Brock Evans has really cemented his spot. Patiently waits out a walk and will head down to first base, does Evans. So the 1 run scored, 1 runner on from the first 2 batters here from Ramblers. Well, Cole Evans now will step in to go to work. New Zealand captain. And the captain of Mount Albert Ramblers as well. Outstanding athlete is Cole Evans. Really led the way for Ramblers over the last few years under tutelage of Nathan Nukunuku, the head coach for Mount Albert. Perhaps this one foul out of play. Plays in the North American circuit in ICs for the New York Gremlins in New Zealand's winter time. So back and forth, follows the sun. Pitch out outside, no movement from Brock at first base. There you can see the Mount Albert Ramblers faithful over there, the supporters. They always come with a few. This pitch is outside. Hard hit ball over to first base, making sure they get at least 1 out. First out of here. Bottom of the first innings, runners now moved into scoring position with Ramblers leading 1-0. Andy McManus visiting from North Harbour, officiating over at first base today. Umpire chief at North Harbour these days under the tutelage of Mark Porteous. You see Evans there poised at second base. Just one away here, bottom of the first innings, brings up the slugger, Lewis Gerard. Just one on the hands, and he'll pull that down foul. Battery team here for Hutt Valley Marist. We mentioned Nicholas Need on the hill, the Canadian. Behind the dish, Scotty Easthope. We'll be watching Brock Evans at second base. Easthope, a very intelligent catcher, veteran these days. The ability to undo batters, and he'll have to work on his game to the nth degree to get this Mount Albert Ramblers side. national champion, reigning champions are Ramblers. This one comes through. So in the hole here, 0-2. And gets him on the outside edge. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 2 away here. Brings up Bradley Bennett, the left fielder. See Nicholas Need, affectionately known as Needle in the team, affectionately known as Noodle on the broadcast team, finding his groove. There's that outside tram line, just misses it this time. Drop ball up top, just misses the zone. Continues to work here, Nicholas Need from British Columbia in Canada. Around about 4 or 5 hours north of Vancouver, small town. Learnt to pitch at the age of 9 years old. Pitching off the block since he was 9 years old as well. Under the tutelage of a good friend of ours, Haldane, over in Kelowna, British Columbia. Really working with Needle, helping him progress, and of course getting the nod for Canada at the World Cup last year. Fantastic achievement. And this one just floats outside. That'll issue the walk here to Bradley Bennett. Got a special treat for you later on today, about 20 minutes' time. We'll have a couple of the stars from Island Bay joining us in the booth. Of course, the characteristic of Ballpark Broadcasting and Atiawa Toa FM is to bring in our players from different teams. And so Island Bay and PK will be sending in some players in this match. Looking forward to them. And, of course, Robbie Easthub, he's been working tirelessly from dusk to dawn here during the Club Nationals with organising the grounds and staff. He's going to come into commentary at some stage too. Just bends his back on this one, does Reese Evans, will go foul out of play. Fantastic sporting facility here, Fraser Ballpark, or Sportsville they call it these days. 4 fully fenced diamonds in play here for the tournament. And another one, open diamond, available, just in case. But they have the ability to put in probably another 4 or 5 diamonds, to be honest with you. There's that much space. All over the top. Reese Evans, the oldest of the 3 brothers. The youngest standing at second base, and Brock. Low lifter on the outside edge is good, real good. It's a little time taken here by Scotty Esoap. That's a veteran move here. Making sure they're on the same page. Making sure that, the player out on the base is not giving away anything. Hard hurt ball, looking to find a patch of grass, but that's tough to do when you've got an elite outfielder like Michael Thompson out there. Makes the 3rd out. That'll do us through the bottom of the first innings. We'll have more action to come to you live here from Fraser Ballpark when we come back.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi can-do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Top of the second innings here as we keep on working our way through this match. Game number 49 on the schedule. Hutt Valley Marist will have a chance to bring up three of their best. Michael Thompson, Lucas Lohman and Caleb Alexander-Hill. 1, 2, 3 here. Mount Albert Ramblers leading 1-0. Hutt a ball, hot corner, and Evans is up for it. Brings up to bat now. Lucas Lohman, the Danish player here on this Hutt Valley Marist side. The oldest import they've got this year on their roster. Drop ball just over the top of the strike zone. Inside drop ball's a good one. Just dices the inside part of the bat. Brock Evans ranging at second base. Oscar Clark at right field there. Two athletes, you look at them, aren't they? Drop ball brushes inside. And a swing and a miss on the outside edge. Lohman will go down on strikes. 2 away here, top of the second innings. They'll bring up the youngster. Playing in left field today, Caden Alexander-Hall. This one pops up or go out of play. Good kid is young Caden. A little bit to do with him the last couple of years over at Tortula Park. Made the move to Hutt Valley Marist this year with his dad. Trying to find his pathway, as they say. Wishing him the best. 2 outs here, Sorensen field. Drop ball outside. Outside set for early, and it's a change of pace. Floyd Nola just pulls the string on that one. Check swing, stays alive at the at-bat, does Alexander-Hall. And gets him again. If it works once, let's get him twice as he'll pull the string again, and that'll do. The top of the second innings. Ramblers leading 1-0.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Bryce and Max early will round out their, start off their batting order here and round out the end of their order too before they go back to the top of the shop. Oscar Clark. This one will go foul. Caden Alexander Hall in the outfield for Marist, playing in his first club nationals on debut. Ground ball back to Needle, and over in time is Nicholas Need for the first out. So one away here, bottom of the second innings. That'll bring up to bat Maddox Rice, the centre fielder. Fostering a one-run lead here. As that one goes foul. Maddox Rice, the nephew, one of the great New Zealand softball players, Dean Rice. Also the nephew of the Hall of Famer, Jackie Smith. So a lot of softball heritage within his family bloodlines, that's for sure. This pitch is down. See the bird just landing behind, grabbing some lunch. You wouldn't even know there was a game of softball going on with the old Seagulls, would they? There we go, Kirsten saying, hey, go and get your lunch somewhere else, would you? Do us a favour. They were like, well, wait a minute. I don't see anything. Oh, I know where it is. Follow me. Follow me for lunch. Back to the action here. Drop ball over the top of the zone. And that'll allow a walk down to first base for Rice. Properly bring out the designated runner now. Blake Wardrobe. Now batting, Max Early, the starting catcher for Mount Ramblers. First pitch, right down Main Street. One away here, bottom of the second innings. Needle. Next pitch, pick off attempt back to first base. It was a bang play, but Wardrobe gets back in time. Just the one away here, bottom of the second innings. I mentioned earlier that we get some superstars coming into the booth. Well, it's Island Bay that'll be coming in. We've got Mason Carey and AJ Hutt coming in to join us from Island Bay shortly. Really looking forward to them coming in and find the inside word from the Bay. That's the Island Bay here in Wellington. This one just fouls off. Got a little bit of Scotty, our man, Scotty Eastside behind the dish. Came in commentary yesterday after catching 8 innings of work. I think right now he's like, oh, you know what? It feels like I've just done 8 in a row. We might take an opportunity to bring in one of those special guests for you. AJ Hutt will join us first from Island Bay. Kia ora hoa.
Cheers, Chopper. Cheers for having me.
Great indeed. We'll just do that better now. I've turned your microphone on. Apologies.
Sweet.
AJ, how are you, man?
Good, thank you, Chopper. Yourself?
Real good, real good. Bro, Island Bay, let's start there first. Not the club, not the softball club, but the location, bro. Right down in the bottom of Wellington there, overlooking the Cook Strait. What a place.
What a place. Yeah, and what a place it is. It's definitely, because originally I wasn't playing for Island Bay at first.
No, you've been in Miramar, right?
Yeah, Miramar. So born and bred in Miramar. But when the opportunity arose, I thought, yeah, I'll swing by and play for Island Bay. So it's a good opportunity to keep softball, going in the Wellington area, which I thought was a great opportunity to, kind of grab, which is actually pretty good, going pretty good.
Excellent. Well, fantastic to have you along here. As you see, Wardrobe swide second bag, and on the throw, not quite landing. He'll take third as well. So 2-2 the count here on early. Sorry, apologies, Clark. Bottom of the second innings. Ramblers already picked up a run in the bottom of the first. That one just missing. And I'll just check the count here with the home plate umpire, Dobbs, for you. I got full on my scorebook, but however, I've got to be honest with you, AJ, my scorebook's terrible. And there you go. He's on the pitch down the middle. Can't have been full count. I'll just keep on saying full count until he gets out. What do you reckon? Does that work?
Play it safe. Play it safe.
Clark with a full count here. Just joking. I don't know the count, to be honest with you. Outside. I'm gonna take a stab and say 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm just waiting for Dobbs to put his fingers up one time. And he'll save it for next pitch. Inside pitch, pulled in the 5-6 hole from Clark. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Mount Albert Ramblers double the score, 2-0. Island Bay, also just geographically, man, I've been down there a couple of times with the kids. I think it was last summer. And you can go down around a bit to where the sea lions are, Red Rocks or something like that.
Red Rocks.
Jump on the forward drive. It's quite a cool
jump
thing.
on the forward drive.
Yeah.
Go for a bit of a dive and stuff like that. Collect some kai.
Man,
For the family.
isn't that a fishing reserve? Or is it the dive that no one knows the dive?
I'm not too sure. I think the reserves are a bit
Okay.
before that.
Yep, officer, that's
Yeah.
what I think too. Just so we're on the same page, just joking. Guys, let's talk a little bit about softball now. Island Bay, you made the jump to them, as you mentioned, this year from Miramar. Of course, Island Bay got a young squad coming through with lots of promise, right?
Yes, lots of promise. These boys have been up and growing through the age grades, which is pretty good. And it all started from Stoddy. He saw that Island Bay had the potential, and he obviously just started, planted that seed, and the rest of us kind of followed.
Back in the day, Island Bay, quite a healthy premier team, actually, and hosted their own premier tournament as well. So a lot of history there. It's great to see, as you mentioned, the new initiative to get them back up and running. Of course, a lot of good people behind the scenes there at Island Bay, getting them to where they are.
Yep, big time. We, with the way things are, with how financially softball is, we kind of rely on community, funding, and the only way to do that is getting all the boys, together and actually doing some family fundraising. In other words.
Hard hit ball, Evans looking long, and it's gone. Brock Evans stays in a peak performance here. A 2-run shot over left field, and Mount Albert Ramblers 4-0. AJ, bro, this Brock Evans, he's exploded this year, eh?
He's done pretty well, especially at NFC. You know, he's definitely made a stand for himself and made a name for himself.
It almost seems on the back of that campaign of the Major Shocks, the U23 New Zealand side went to the World Cup, had a great World Cup. The campaign was a long one because it got delayed a year or whatever the case was. But, boy, he's just really cementing himself as an elite player.
Yeah,
on the
he's
circuit
definitely
now.
putting his hand up, which is good, you know, for the game as well. And it's good to, you know, that's for, you know, that's another person the young ones can look up to. So good big ups to him.
It is indeed. Well, we're AJ Hart with us in the booth here, man. I want to thank you for your time, brother. Wish you and the boys at Island Bay the best of luck. We'll bring in Mason Carey in the next innings. It is, of course, the Ramblers side that have got off to a good start here through 2 complete innings. They lead the ball game 4 runs to 0.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Atiawa Toa FM, Ballpark Broadcasting NZ in the house here on day 3 of competition as we've got ourselves rocking and rolling here. Hutt Valley Marist for the local sides taking on the national reigning champions in Mount Albert Ramblers. Stacey Taylor, head coach, on shot there with one of his veterans, Marino, because it'll be Marino leading off after Scotty Iso hitting 2, and then Caleb Pihopi 1, 2 and 3. Thank you so much for tuning into these live images from Fraser Ballpark as we see a repeat of that last out from Cole Evans lining out to Centrefield. But Ramblers, boy, they have been tough with a capital T. That is for sure. But Hutt Valley Marist have got an option here to try and squeeze a run or 2. And we're going to pick the brains of one of the good up-and-coming athletes here in the Wellington region. Mason Carey joining us in the booth. Kia ora hoa.
Kia ora, how are you?
Yeah, really, really good. Mason, before we get to softball, I know you play rugby league as well.
I do indeed.
Yeah, got the referee, I think, one of your trial matches. How's that going for you?
Not too bad. Played Orcas last year.
Yeah.
Didn't actually try for 9s this year, but probably going to go for Orcas again.
Which club do you play for?
Petone Panthers.
Nice.
And just moved to Tahi Bay Marlins.
Yeah. Ooh, the Marlins, eh?
Yeah.
That's the one. Had her ball, Marino turning the clock back to the track and tracked down by the centre fielder, Maddox Rice. Boy, I thought he almost got one there.
Close one.
Close one indeed. Well, of course, while we're on this rugby league thing, the Wars this year, what do you reckon?
Oh, they've been doing pretty good on the season. Got Jacob Laban as well this year. So big hopes there.
Yeah, without a doubt. Got to ask you, Daily M Awards last year, Sean Johnson get robbed?
Definitely. He was way up there.
Wasn't he? Then he didn't play the last round. I know you got to do that because you got to make sure you got to run into the final series, but that hurt him too, eh? No points in the last round.
That was rip off there.
Caitlin Ponga, he played an excellent season, and he was pipped Johnson at the post, unfortunately. All good, bro. Let's talk about softball now, cuz what is it about softball that ticks your box?
Definitely just the people that play, coaches' encouragement and stuff like that. Just pushes you harder in that. Yeah.
So you play a few different positions out there. Out of all of them, which one is the one that you like the most?
Definitely catching. I like to run the game from behind there.
Yeah. And, I'm glad you said that because that's the position that I've seen that I've been impressed with you the most? Because how old are you now?
16 right now. 17 in April.
Yeah, but I see you behind the dish, mate. You look like you're about 25 years old, mate. You're huge back there. Huge as in tall and broad, not choppy huge. That's the one you don't want. But, yeah, you look good behind the dish when you're in there.
Yeah. Definitely like Marist catcher right here. Probably a couple tips from him.
Yeah.
When joining like under 13s, had him and Blair. Definitely helped me.
Nice. That was going to be my next question. Who are the people that are helping mould Mason Curry into the ball player you are today?
Well, I've had a little bit of sessions with Dean.
Yep.
And Corey Timmy.
Nice. Oh,
yeah.
It's a goodie right there.
Yeah. But definitely just catching Ethan and all the better catchers of my age definitely just help to just get better. Yeah.
Nice. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Caleb Pihopi. And this one will go out and a 1 bounce to centre field. And just like that, the second hit of the ball game for the Hutt Valley Marist boys. Well, Mason, I know it's 2 outs here and only in the top of the 3rd innings. What does Hutt Valley Marist need to do to get themselves on the scoreboard against Ramblers?
Seems like they might have to go a little bit short. The long ball is just getting the players right now. So.
Yeah.
But not much you can do with that tight infield there.
Tidy infield indeed. But want to ask you, actually kind of a serious question really, or inspirational question, take it how you will. For any young ballers out there wanting to become a catcher and come up through the grades, what would be your advice to them?
Definitely watch the good catchers like one right here. Just watching, see how they move, see how they call the game and all that. And just work with your pitchers, definitely.
Good advice indeed. Watch and learn.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the things when I was a youngster coming through, Bud, I would spend time at the ballpark watching other players.
Yeah, it definitely helps, yeah.
Without a doubt. Now, not that you know anything about the beer tent because you're too young, but that is also one of the other areas historically good teachings have been taught. You get a chance to free up grab a legend of the game, and like you mentioned, Corey Timu, pull him aside and say, hey, Corey, how do you do that no-look throw to first base to pick them up? You know, these type of things. And they're open to share the thoughts and learnings, aren't they?
Definitely with a couple of beers in them as well, yeah.
3-1 the count here on Kristen. Ground ball the other way. Mason, I'm going to let you go because I know you've got a busy day. Well, wait a minute. Game before this, you played against my mate's team, Damien Collins, Tortara Park.
Yeah.
How did the game go?
We won it 3-2.
Ooh,
Came
good
to
one.
the wire, yeah.
All right. Oh, fancy. Congratulations. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. That's great to see Island Bay get their win there. Walk issue to Kristen, so 2 runners on here. Before you go, Mason, anyone we want to thank?
Definitely my mum.
Nice. Good boy.
Yeah. Just my mum.
Yeah.
Definitely pushing me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, kia ora, Mason Curry's mum. What's mum's name?
Andrea.
Kia ora, Andrea. Thank you for providing a great young man. I say that, he's only 16 years old, already looking like a man's body, and also an exceptional player. We wish you the best of luck, you and the boys at Island Bay, as you march forward.
Thanks, Chop. Have a good day.
All right, man. Take it easy. Well, there you go. Mason Curry, one of the up-and-coming stars of the Island Bay Club in Wellington, not only in softball, but also rugby league. Pick off down to first base. More of a courtesy as Tom McCulloch steps in to go to work. Got a real treat for you too, as our guests keep on coming into the booth. We've got an international umpiring superstar coming to join us all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. In the next innings, my man Frank Foggy, he'll be, and he's going to tell me how to pronounce his last name properly, so I've got it down pat. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here, but he'll be joining us in the next innings. Good to get an insight from him. I'm sure he's loving being in the sunshine here at Fraser Ballpark today. Beautiful day here locally. 2-2 the count now on McCulloch. 19 degrees locally Celsius, heading for a high of 20. and not a cloud in the sky. Allows that ball to come to him, does Evans, and makes sure of it for the third out here. Not before Hutt Valley Marist do get a couple of base runners on, but they're left stranded. That'll do us through the top of the third innings, bottom of the third, coming up next. When we come back, it's that umpiring superstar all the way from Canada.
Try a trade. Try welding, plumbing, carpentry. Try automated trade skills, material fabrication, electrical. Try painting, try tiling. Try a trade. Starting this month, a 7-week program in partnership with Welltech and Whitireia. Uncover your passion for a future career. Open to all ages. Register your interest today.
Sometimes you get to witness something special in your career. Sometimes you just get to witness class. Cole Evans is starting shortstop for Mount Albert Ramblers. He is full of class. A nice play made easy from him to complete the top of the third innings. Bottom of the third now as we go through here with Mount Albert Ramblers. We see Lewis Gerard ground out for the first out. One away here in the bottom of the third innings. Mount Albert Ramblers will send up the bat now. Bradley Bennett, Reese Evans and Floyd Nola, if required. Leading by 4 runs here are the defending national champions. First pitch is up top. Nicholas Need will continue to work here all the way from British Columbia, Canada. Talking about Canada, superstar umpire in the booth with us, Frank Fargi, all the way from Canada yourself. Kia ora hoa, welcome to New Zealand.
Honored to be here.
Fantastic to have you along, buddy. Tell me, it's 19 degrees here Celsius. What's the temperature back home in Winnipeg?
We're going through a blizzard right now. I can show you pictures on my phone that my wife sent me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were expecting 10 to 15, 20 centimeters of snow.
20 centimeters of snow.
Yeah.
You know why? It's minus 10 degrees in Winnipeg right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a 30-degree tip over. Your wife, does she hate you right now?
Oh, she might, because she probably has to shovel all the snow right now.
Yeah, who's getting the driveway clear?
Yeah, that's right.
What's going on? Frank Fargi, international umpire over here. Great to have him along in the umpire exchange. Soppel New Zealand, Soppel Australia, and USA and Canada Soppel work together over a number of years where they will send umpires back and forth, and then we look after each other while they're in our country. It's our turn to look after Mr. Fargi for these a couple of weeks, and I understand you came in a week or so before the tournament to experience a bit of New Zealand. What have you seen?
Yeah, I came in early to acclimatize myself, get a couple games in. I hadn't umpired since September.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because you're shoveling snow, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
and where have you been in New Zealand?
When I got here, I stayed with, they had me with a host. So I stayed in Whitby, did a couple games up in North Palmerston, worked with the umpire-in-chief of New Zealand here at the ballpark in Wellington.
Yeah.
And did a couple games last Saturday here at Fraser Park.
Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome to Aotearoa. Of course, the native greeting is kia ora. Now, we want you to, I don't know if you've had a chance to give that a go since you've been in New Zealand. We said good pitch on the outside edge by Nicholas Need for the second out. So, as I mentioned, the New Zealand or the Māori language, te reo, is the one of the native languages of New Zealand. Kia ora is obviously the welcome. Here in New Zealand. Have you had a chance to say it?
Kia ora.
Oh, down pack.
Thanks.
Frank Fargi, multi-talented, without a doubt. Winnipeg. Now that's, which state is that in again?
We're provinces.
Yeah.
So we're 4 provinces. I guess if you're in Vancouver, we're 4 provinces to the...
Is it Ontario or?
No, in between Ontario and Saskatchewan.
Right.
So you got BC,
Yeah.
Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba.
Manitoba. Ah, there you go. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tell me, if we were to turn up to Winnipeg and Manitoba for a visit, what would we expect to see?
A lot of flatlands. We're agriculture, so yeah, a lot of prairies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, excellent. And knowing Chopper, as we see, ground ball to third base, bobbled by P. Hoppy, and he will be safe not only at first base, as he'll round the base now 2, heading for 3 is Reese Evans. Two away here in the bottom of the third innings. Hutt Valley Marist just making sure of things here, calling time. Well, Prairie Lands, of course, one of the things dear to Chopper's heart, apart from culture, is kai, or cuisine. What type of cuisine is Winnipeg famous for?
Oh, we have everything.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can go from Italian to
Oh, I love Italian.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's where we met, right? Boston's Pizza?
Yeah, Boston Pizza, Prince Albert
Yeah.
in 2017.
Yeah. Well, I remember that for sure. It's a pretty cool place too, Prince Albert. Of course, they'll be hosting the Men's World Cup group stage later on this year. New Zealand will be heading to that one against Canada and Singapore, a few other countries still to be determined from the qualifiers in Americas. So that should be a hotbed. When I was there, I remember distinctly one match sticks in my mind outside of the final matches. Midweek, New Zealand, Canada, packed house, 5,000 or 6,000. That's all we could fit in there. Full signs are up at the gate. No one else could get in. It was such a cool atmosphere.
Yes, that was awesome.
Was indeed.
One thing about that game is, as you know, Canada umpires don't umpire the Canadian teams.
Yes.
And they had a 50-50 draw.
Did they?
Guess who won?
No way.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember you taking me to the beer tent afterwards and showing me some of these proceedings.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I'll remember that next
I
time.
kept it with the umpires.
Ah, fair enough. Well, next time we see each other at Boston Pizza, I'm over there. I'll remind you, you owe me some of that 50-50.
Will do.
Nola now fouls this one off. Frank Faji, international umpire here, visiting from Winnipeg, Canada, in the booth here in this innings. Frank, how did you get into umpiring?
That's a great question. I started when I was 15 years old. I was signing up for hardball. My mother saw a sheet to sign up to umpire softball, and I said, sure, why not? Be my first job.
Sure, why not? Be your first job. Well, that'll do us through the bottom of the third innings. Melbourne Ramblers can't add to the score. It remains 4 runs to 0. More action. We come back here in game number 49 on day 3 of the 2024 Men's Open Club National Championship.
Rusty Bumgardner has done it all. But this year, Rusty reaches a whole new level of softball success. He's going to Beijing.
Rusty. Rusty. Rusty, have you seen my glove?
As the equipment manager. Good luck, Rusty.
Promoting recreation, that's what they do in the Hutt Valley, and they like to relax, promote it. And why not promote the great game of fast pitch softball? 2024 Men's Open Club National Championship. presented to you by Atiawa Toa FM and Ballpark Broadcasting NZ. On behalf of Softball New Zealand here, hosted by our great friends at the Hutt Valley Softball Association. Great to have you along for it. I want to thank you for attendance in the broadcast today. It's our complete privilege to have you along. Hutt Valley Marist looking to get on the scoreboard here. The top of the fourth innings. They have got 2 hits on the day. And they'll try to work their magic through Caleb Taylor, Michael Thompson and Lucas Lohman. 1, 2 and 3. Beautiful day here locally. See the sun is shining. It's kind of a hard case when we look at yesterday's weather. It wasn't quite the same as today. Hard hit ball, Cowboy, get on your horse. And the wind will catch that one, keep it in the Caleb Taylor almost going yard here to lead off the fourth innings. Lucas Lohman now due up for the designated player, and they'll flip it over though as the pinch hitter will come in. For the Hutt Valley Marist side. I love it when they do that. The shirt number he's got on is not on my piece of paper. Oh, Michael Thompson, my apologies. Of course, it's him first. Thompson, then Lohman. Be good if Chopper could read, right? That would help, as we see him just swinging forward on that one. Frank Fargi visiting here, international umpire from Softball Canada and Manitoba, Winnipeg. Minus 10 degrees in Winnipeg at the moment. 20 centimetres of snow, you said, Frank?
Yes, sir.
Wow. All right. Is it a shovel all the time, or do you have one of those, like, I don't know what you call them. I guess I'd call it a lawnmower. You turn it upside down.
Snow blower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those.
You got one? Yeah. That a baby. One thing I noticed when I've been to Canada, you've got all those pretty cool trucks over there. You know, the 150s and all the other awesome ones. But in the winter, you've got to plug them in when you're not driving them, right? So they don't freeze.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crazy,
we
man.
plug in our vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can start up in the morning.
Yeah, that just stops it from freezing, right? It's like a heater type system. Yeah. Ground ball, backhand. Evans, too good. 2 away in the top of the fourth innings. Frank, for any budding umpire out there, whether it be in New Zealand, Canada, or around the world, what would be your advice? We'll see a replay here on this play to Evans at shortstop. What would be your advice to them?
Sign up.
Yeah?
Yeah. You'll enjoy the game of softball, that's for sure.
Started at the age of 15 years, kicking off his umpiring career. As we see the boys marching over the back there, getting ready for their game. That's PCU Devils. They played in the one just before this. They are looking good on the back of the left-handing hurling. Potts, Liam Potts, doing a great job for PCU Devils. Finished the top of their section. And this one will pop out. It'll be 3 quick outs. Frank, you want to stay in for another innings?
Sure, I'll stay for one more inning.
Okay, one more. We twisted his arm. How about it? I've got a few things I want to test him on too. This should be fun. We'll see when we come back in the bottom of the fourth innings. 4-0, Ramblers lead.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi can-do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Well, as we soldier away, you see Hutt City United taking on Papanui over on Diamond 2. They made it to the top 8. Good on Hutt City United, second year in a row for their program, just restarting, if you like, in the Premier Division, under the tutelage of Craig Wallace and the rest of the crew over there. Putting a good tournament together. Of course, Papanui, without the services of Ben Watt, it's a big blow to them with an arm injury, and we wish Ben all the best in his recovery. Everyone in New Zealand wants to see him pitch as soon as possible when he comes back after the off-season, that's for sure. And this one goes through the wickets. Allow the lead-off batter on here for Mount Albert Ramblers, Maddox Ross. Max Early now the catcher, as we see Wardrobe, the designated runner, come out to run. Frank Fargi in the booth here, just another half innings. Luckily enough to have his services here out there on the diamond. But any differences for you controlling games or umpiring games here in New Zealand compared to back home in Canada?
No, it's the same thing.
Ball's the same?
Ball's the same.
Round?
Yeah.
4 bases?
That's right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
3 strikes?
3 strikes, 4 balls.
Uh-huh. Fair enough. Fair enough. Frank, yeah, you telling me a little bit off here. You used to be a baseball pitcher. This one flies out.
Yes, sir. I was pitching for a couple of associations back at home.
Nice, nice.
Played till I was about 21.
Okay, cool.
Then turned it over to umpiring.
Nice. Well, on that side of MLB, who's your team?
It's got to be
the Blue Jays?
Yeah, the Toronto Blue Jays.
One country, one team. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, unluckily for me, I'm a Dodgers fan.
Oh, no. Well, you just signed the big guy.
Yeah, I said that with a cheeky smile on my face. We've got the meanest roster of this. If they don't win the World Series, the Los Angeles Dodgers, someone's laid a voodoo. That could be the only way, right?
Yeah.
The only way. Swiped base at second there from Rice as replacement Wardrobe, as Max Early sees another one down low. Frank, have you ever seen the Black Sox play? The New Zealand men's team?
Just the junior team, I guess, at the U18s.
Okay, yeah, close enough, close enough.
I think back in 2009, we had an international tournament with U19 boys where the Team New Zealand came out and Team USA.
Great, fantastic. At the beginning of those games, you see Oster Clark trying to work his magic here, 2-1 the count on him. At the beginning of those games, before they start the game, what do those New Zealand teams do?
The haka.
Oh, see, do you like the haka?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Have you learned it yet?
No.
All right, stand up. Let's see if we can get this sort of Frank Fargi here visiting us from Canada. So the first thing you do with the haka is you got to get the stance. The stance has got to be right because they look pretty fierce, right, when they do this. Like, you need to move that chair a little. We're going to need a bit of space here. I wish I had a camera in the booth right now, by the way, just saying. Anyway, the first stance, called tuturu. And I guess it kind of resembles, and you've got to make the stance where your right foot goes out and you kind of sit down, but it has to be nice and strong. And if you look at this, those two legs there. So he ground ball to first base will get him. Almost doubles him up at second base. So 2 away here now. The outside legs look like the walls of a house, and then this is the roof. And of course, when you build a house, the foundations need to be strong. So when they go 2-2, you've got to stand out and stand strong. So that's the first step. You ready?
Yep.
2-2.
2-2.
Boom, perfect. What happens after that? Have you seen that in New Zealand? This one flies out and goes wild.
Well, they bring their arms up and start yelling.
They sure do indeed. There's a nice catch in the outfield by Alexander Hall. Well, you're right. Come up there, and you say colder. You ready? 2-2.
2-2.
Come up there. Colder.
Colder.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's Frank Fargi, all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. He knows the haka. He knows how to umpire. Thank you, Frank, for coming in, bud.
Thanks for having me, Chopper.
Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you.
All right, bud. There you go. International superstar umpire. Knows the haka now. Take it back home. Find some of that Italian. And don't forget Boston Pizza. It's your round from the 50-50. Let's move on here. Top of the 5th coming up. It'll be Hutt Valley Marist trailing by 4. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the fifth innings and game 49 here. Mount Albert Ramblers taking on Hutt Valley Marist. Floyd Nola throwing a gem here for the boys from Auckland, leading by 4 runs to 0. And good morning, good afternoon, good night, says Nola as he'll take care of the first batter here, Alexander Hall. 1 away. Top of the fifth innings. We've been really blessed in this match to get a few guests come into the booth, and they don't get any better than the next guest coming in, without a doubt. And put a smile on his dial, that's for sure. Top of the fifth innings here. 1 away. Jaden Stratford will come in and join us in the booth. Kia ora, Jaden.
How's it going, Chopper? All good?
Yeah, man. Real good, real good. Talking about good, how good is your game been coming over the last few years?
Yeah. I've been enjoying my ball over the last few years. Obviously, I've moved over to PK this year from Miramar. But yeah, no, I'm just enjoying my ball.
Excellent, buddy. PK through to the top 8 this year. They'll be happy about that. Of course, the storied history of that club.
Yep.
Missed the top 8 last year. Got to be happy with making it this year.
Yeah, we're stoked. That was our first goal that we've ticked off, was to go one better than we did last year. So obviously my first year at PK, so it's also my first time in the top 8. Never made it with Miramar, so it's good to get here with PK.
Scotty Eastoe turns back the clock and turns up the dials. He jets it down to first base. Someone call the oxygen.
Time.
You see here, Jaden, you got to tell us, mate. You reckon Scotty's gassed after this?
Oh, he's knackered, mate. He's knackered.
He's calling the DR before he gets the first. Blue, I'm getting a DR. Sure enough, with 2 away here, they'll be able to bring out Marino to look at him. He's like, hey, do you know how far that is?
Bringing on wheels for wheels here.
Oh, beauty. Throws a shade straight away. There's Jaden Stratford, third base. 1. And just... Of course, that was the third out at second base. My apologies.
4 outs
I was
there.
going to say, because his foot was off at first base, I was like, hey? Yeah, 3 outs here, nice and quickly. We'll catch up with Jaden Stratford when we come back. Nice quick innings there in the bottom of the fifth innings. 4 runs to 0.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
Bottom of the fifth innings here, Mount Albert Ramblers continue trying to add to their lead as the first pitch is hit foul off Cole Evans' bat. 1 run scored in the bottom of the first innings on a home run from Oscar Clark. Another home run by Brock Evans in the second innings for Mount Albert Ramblers. They push across, another one across. 4 runs to 0 here as we go into the bottom of the fifth innings. Third and fourth. The Canadian input pitcher, Nicholas Need, has managed to slow down this offensive barrage from Mount Albert Ramblers, so he'd be happy about that work. Jaden Stratford joining us in the booth here. Jaden, you can say anything you like. We're in here, by the way, except tell the viewers how bad my scorecard looks.
Oh, you're doing a good job here, Chopper.
Whatever.
Yeah, a little bit of advice from the outside the booth.
Yeah.
Helped you out there, but...
thank goodness Hayden Smith coming in to call commentary in the next match looked after us. Pitch is up top. Cole Evans continues to work here New Zealand captain. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Jaden, what do you do for a job?
I'm a plumber, mate.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a plumber, yeah.
Cool.
Just come at the end of my time.
Oh, really?
Just finishing my apprenticeship, yeah, so.
Man, a trade is the new degree.
It is.
Tell you,
It is, yeah.
My best mate in Auckland's a plumber.
Yep.
Got his own business these days. Also got one of the latest American tanks on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Doing really, really well.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Head down, works hard. Got a good crew, a few vans on the road. Northside Plumbing, sponsors of the broadcast at Rosedale during the year.
There you go, mate.
Yeah. It's a good plumber. It's a good dad too. His son plays for Northcote.
What's his name?
Craig Fuller.
Right, yeah.
Everything good about him apart from him. He's a dick most of the time, to be honest with you.
Hope he's not listening, mate.
I hope he is. I want to throw him under the bus as much as possible. No, he's a real good man. Lewis Gerard now. As we see time called here from Eastie behind the dish. Well, that's a good point here. Scotty Eastside. What are some of the things that you catchers do at these moments?
I would just go out, try to calm our pitcher down if he's rushing anything, or if we notice anything in his body language or anything that needs to be relayed to him. Also, he could have a hint that Cole's got a pick on too, so he might be changing the signals there.
Clever catcher, East type. Talking about clever, Ponica Calburni, of course, having Thomas Mark here involved with the mix these days and has been for a while. Only got back from Christchurch. What's it like being under the tutelage of Thomas?
Yeah, it's awesome. I've learned a lot from Larry over the years. He's coached me since I was probably about 14, 15, Wellington age grade stuff, and then junior Black Sox, and now the Black Sox as well, being in the fold for that. So yeah, he's obviously got a wealth of knowledge that he's more than happy to pass on to his players. So
now,
yeah, it's been awesome.
I'm not going to share Larry's age on air, but I can tell you we're the identical age. And one of us looks like Chopper and the other one looks like Larry. He's a fitness freak.
He is. He's still out there doing it.
Yeah.
He's still playing for us here and there when he feels like he wants to come in. So, nah, he's still an athlete. He trains with us every week and he gets amongst it. So, yeah.
Slow grounder coming forward here to make the play, and he does. McCulloch for the second out. So you'd played all your years against PK or Ponica Calburni. What is it like now to be with them?
It was an interesting jump over there,
Yeah.
being at Miramar my whole life and my old man being at Miramar his whole life.
Yeah,
Had a big rivalry with PK.
Yeah, and naturally, right? Because you're right next to each other, basically.
Yeah. So I've had my battles with PK over the years, as I'm sure everyone knows. But being with them now, I've slotted in real well, and you notice that all that rivalry is actually similarities probably between me and those boys. So just competitive, just competitive. But it's awesome being with them now.
Talking about being competitive, who wins the dance competition on the tables in the club rooms?
I'd say TK is probably the best dancer in our team.
No way.
I think TK is probably the best at everything in our team, to be honest. But he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I'm sure he's got a few moves that he's willing to pull out.
Fantastic. Ponica Calburni, one of the most successful ball clubs in the history of the game in New Zealand. Number of national titles themselves. They won right here at Fraser Park, back with Thomas Cameron on the hill that day.
Yep.
Stoddy, I think, was in charge of the team at the time. You just mentioned him, Stoddy, if you're listening, all the way over there on the Gold Coast. Hope you're having a quite cold one for us.
He'll be having a cold one for sure.
Yeah.
Don't matter what time it is.
12 packets of cigarettes a day. Fantastic man, an encyclopedia of knowledge. Of course, coach to the highest degree did Wayne Stoddart, all the way to the Black Sox, the World Championship gold medal. Midland, Michigan, I think, was his one from memory. As we see one the other way, and Ramblers get their first run in the last 3 innings here. Move the scoreline 5-0 now. Now, you guys played Ramblers the other day.
Yeah, we had a game against them.
Looked like to me a little bit, almost like a poker game. Texas Hold'em, you guys maybe hold a couple of cards because potentially you'll face them again when you get to the business end of the semis.
Yeah, I think it's always tough. It's always tough against Ramblers. They've got a very deep hitting lineup. If you get off to a bad start, then it's always tough to claw back, especially with Nick on the mound. They've obviously got Chappie in their ranks as well, so, and obviously Floydie does a really good job too. So they've got great pitching, great hitting. I think they're obviously the team to beat, as everyone knows. But yeah, I'm sure everyone will be after them this tournament.
Talking about the team to beat, mate, Jaden Stratford, who does he have to beat?
I should be my best self, really, Chopper. Yep, I've got to keep improving. I know I've got a lot of work to do all around. But yeah, I'm just willing to work hard and keep going. Heading over to the States this year to play ball, so hopefully that'll help my game out a lot.
Perfect timing, just coming out of your time as a plumber. Get away, play overseas.
Yeah,
Deep fly ball for the out, but it will allow Wardrobe, the designated runner, to tip on over to second base. Who are you playing for in the States this year?
I'm with Kegel Black Knights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good club, man. They've been around for ages.
Yeah, so me, Damon Creasy, and Josh Pettit, all 3 Kiwi boys going over. So
that sounds like trouble.
Yeah.
What, it is trouble?
Oh, it could be. You never know.
Okay.
No, I'm sure we'll have a good time.
Fargo, right?
Yeah.
North Dakota.
Yep. But I think me and Damon will be based in Minnesota.
Okay.
Living there, yeah. So I know Michael Jamison from back when he was playing for Carpety, so he's involved with that team. So that's how I got in there.
Pinch hitter coming in here for Mount Amber Rams. Devon Carr will step in for Floyd Nola. PK put together a good one here over the first couple of days of the tournament. PCU Devils, we saw you here on Dom 1 just before. You've got Auckland United later this afternoon. What are you expecting from that match?
They've obviously got a very good hitting lineup as well. They've got some of the hottest hitters in the country right now. So I think same as every game, you have to try to get off to a good start against good hitting lineups. But we're confident that we can take it to them and hopefully beat them. I mean, the next 2 games for us are must-wins to reach that top 4. So we'll be gunning for a win there.
Inside pitch to Carr. 2-1 the count on him now. Jaden Stratford, one of the starting catchers for Puniki Kalbuni, originally came through the Miramar club. Now also in the New Zealand Black Sox wider squad, if you like, type thing. Mate, where is your goal? What's your goal in softball?
My goal in softball, always from when I was a kid, was to make the Black Sox. I think that's every kid's dream. I've had the privilege to get my first cap over in American Samoa last year, so it's made me hungrier for more. Want to play in a World Series, obviously, and it's a good opportunity for me to go overseas and play in the States, which is something I've always wanted to do. So I'm very lucky to have that opportunity.
Well, Devon Carr's pinch hits perfect. He drives through the 5-6 hole, moves the scoreline 6 runs to 0. We see a replay here of Wardrobe marshalling his way around, all ready to go here. 2 away, bottom of the 5th innings. Well, Jaden, we wish you the best of luck, not just this week with Puniki Kalbuni, but of course with you developing your own career and trying to cement that spot with the Black Sox. Of course, a big event coming for them in July this year in Prince Albert, the group stage of the World Cup. Try and qualify for the final stage of the World Cup the following July. Thank you so much for coming in, bud. Wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate
Keep working
it, mate.
hard. You're looking like a bloody athlete. Fantastic.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Well, there you go. Jaden Stratford, all the way from Puniki Kalbuni, sharing some time in the booth here. Great to have him in here, that's for sure. And we're wishing Puniki Kalbuni and Jaden the best of luck as they march their way forward. Man, our Ramblers posted 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th innings. This one down low.
Ball 3, strike 1. Foul tip, strike.
Little foul tip. We'll level the count now. Nicholas Need has gone the whole distance here for Hutt Valley Marist. Full the count, apologies. And that one comes through to take care of business for the third out. But it's not before Mount Albert Ramblers. They push 2 across. They lead by 6 here, going into the top of the 6th innings.
The decisions we make matter. The cloth you put on your back, that comes from somewhere. Ours is Ecotech, and it comes from here. One of these equals 38 of these, not in landfill. High performance fabric worthy of what you stand for.
Oh, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Ballpark on day 3, game 49 on the schedule. Hutt Valley Marist taking on Ramblers. Ramblers with a 6-0 lead. And they will go to Daniel Chapman to take over for Floyd Nola on the hill. Daniel Chapman on the road to recovery after a back surgery. It's only being featured for an innings here and there, as his pitch count will be worked on, making sure that he is looked after as he works his way to maybe be ready for the Black Sox in July, if not the following July in the World Cup finals. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Great to have you along for this one. I want to thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Of course, on behalf of Sopa New Zealand, here, Ballpark Broadcasting Atiawa Toa FM got you covered with all the live streaming. And with that said, also got you covered for the grand final of the women's on Sunday from Ōtautahi Christchurch. Adrian Royal, Joe Farizo, Tara Collier, Tony Smith and Layla Bailey McDowd have got you covered down there for that match.
Problem would be getting someone to listen.
Atiawa Toa FM 100.9 or 94.9 on the FM dial here locally. And if you feel like a laugh, tune in tomorrow morning, the morning sports show. There's Cassius and Semi. Look after you on that one. Around about 9:30. Some not so athletic commentator maybe doing a spot there at 9:30 or 9:20 tomorrow morning. 100.9, 94.1 on the FM dial, Atiawa Toa FM. We see a lead-off walk here for Hutt Valley Marist. They've had base runners on throughout the game, just haven't been able to convert yet. Now, first time seeing Daniel Chapman. Pitch is inside. So Kirsten, the lead-off batter, down at first base. Tom McCulloch now steps in to go to work.
Ball one, strike 2.
And a swing and a miss as Chapman will find his first victim here in the top of the 6th innings. One away. Up to bat here, Caleb Taylor, the Cowboy. Almost hit it yard last at bat. This one comes through and clips the inside edge. Visiting umpire from Australia behind the dish here, Richard Dobbs, Melbourneite. He's from Melbourne. I don't know if it is a Melbourneite or Melbourneitonian, Melbournette. Either way, he comes from Melbourne. This one tips off. Moves the count 0-2 now for the Cowboy Taylor. Drop balls just stuck in the fingers a little. Beautiful day here locally. Yesterday, I'm going to say wasn't. That's probably the best way to describe it. Heading for a high of 19. It's already at that. But I tell you what, as we see Taylor go down on strikes for the second out here at the top of the sixth innings. Had to put the air conditioning on here in the booth. It's nice and warm. It's more than 19 out there, I can tell you. Beautiful day here in the 04. Michael Thompson swings at the first pitch. Good compact swing as Thompson shortens up on the grip a little. It's all about contact. You can see there, just choked just a smidge. Chapman just flips it off. Chapman throwing about 75%, maybe 80 at the moment. Just to find his rhythm, make sure there's no tweaks in that back. Committed young man, just got married. Up in Matakana. Beautiful location as well, as he will strike out 3 in a row after the lead-off walk here in the top of the 6th innings. Welcome back, Daniel Chapman. Bottom of the 6th coming up next. Sorry, apologies, top. Must be the top of the 7th if I get the scoreboard correct in front of you. Hutt Valley, Marist will need, no, that was, of course, it'll be Ramblers up next. Bottom of 6 coming up next.
Jack Links presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Watch this.
Don't mess with other snacks. Choose Jack Links jerky made with 100% beef.
Oh, well. Welcome back, ladies. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we march our way back into the action here. Fantastic to have you along for it. Great to have you along indeed, as it's Mount Albert Ramblers with a firm grip on this one. They get a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 6th innings, lead by 6. They look to do that with their bench. Ryan Early will come in for a pinch hit here to lead off for Mount Albert Ramblers. Then top of the shop, Oscar Clark and Brock Evans.
Just be 2 secs, guys, and we're good to go. Play ball.
Fantastic indeed. Nicholas Need has gone the whole distance here, and he'll greet the pinch hit. Pinch hit. You hate that one, isn't it? Come there. You can come there for a hit. I didn't mean get hit. As we see Ryan Early pick up at front shoulder. And then this is that a runner comes out.
Yeah. DR running.
Good game, Ryan.
Thank you.
See Mum Megan just walking past the booth. Fantastic lady, Megan and Ricky Early. Fantastic stalwarts of softball here in New Zealand. Give a lot of time to it, a lot of energy. Real good people to boot as well. Ricky, of course, spends a bit of time with Ballpark Broadcasting NZ in the commentary booth. And real pleasure to have his experience and knowledge. This one pops up. Ricky owns a gold medal. Yeah, that's right, a World Cup gold medal. Picked up one for the Junior Black Sox way back in Newfoundland, I think it was hosted at the time. knows how to get her done, that's for sure. 0-2 the count now on Oscar Clark. Inside. Fouled that one straight back. Bottom of the 6 innings. This one will pop up and go out of play. Coming up next.
Stuffed, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, but you got the other one? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I love the different cultures. We had Frank Fargy in here from Canada, the umpire, and you can hear Richard Dodds out there, Australian from Melbourne, talking about the match balls. Is that one stuffed? Fair dinkum? Just different traits, different ways, same way, but same thing in the end, right? Fantastic to have his services here this week. Real nice gentleman. Pleasure to talk to. Little change of base just comes off the hip. That'll allow Wardrobe down to second base. Coming up next here on Diamond 1, it'll be Waitakere Bears taking on the PCU Devils. Dallas Armai Tatu is having himself a tournament. Waitakere Bears coming into this tournament. No one thought they were going to do anything apart from go to the bottom 8 or the bottom 4. Take your pick. That's where they should have gone. But no. Someone forgot to tell Dallas Armai Tatu is having a great tournament. They're in the top 8 here. Fantastic. So we see a walk issued on the check swing.
Yeah.
So Armai Tatu will take on the left-handing pitching of Liam Potts for the PCU Devils. That game was scheduled for 3 p.m. in 17 minutes, so it'll be not far off it if Ramblers finish this one off early. And it'll be Gary Rauhihi and Hayden Smith will take you through on that match. Pitch outside. Brock Evans already a 2-run home run today for Mount Albert Ramblers. That was back in the bottom of the second innings. Hear them. Let's go Needle. Nicholas Need. Been given that nickname by the Hutt Valley Marist team this year. Spent a little bit of time working with Ballpark Broadcasting himself, did Nicholas Need. Chopper, as always. You need another nickname, so I called him Noodle. Fantastic young man, worked hard that week up at the NFC. Real pleasure to have staying at home. Good character too.
To be honest, after it hit me, I kind of forgot everything else, so... Ball 2, strike 2.
2-2 the count here. Lashes the other way will go foul. That's been one of the traits of Brock Evans this year. He's got the ability to pull the ball as a lefty, but he goes off field for so many home runs. We saw that from him today already. Ground ball up the middle, and it'll squeeze its way through. And Mount Albert Ramblers will walk it off as he comes home 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th innings. Had a little bit of everything. In the end, it was just class for Mount Albert Ramblers. They used both pitchers, Nola and Chapman. Then they contributed up and down the order when it came to the offence. Got to mention young Nicholas Need going the distance of 4. The Hutt Valley Marist side, he's one of the big reasons they're through to the top 8 as well. As I mentioned, 11 years since Hutt Valley Marist have made it there. They're there now. They go down 7-0 to the boys from Ramblers. As I mentioned, PCU Devils coming up next against the Waitakere Bears. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Be sure to stay tuned to Ballpark Broadcasting NZ and Atiawa Toa FM. Mā te wā. See you soon.